And all the things, you said you've had 8 strokes. The evidence is that you've had 3 events that could be considered neurological disruption. Fortunately, you've not had
That's not what
paralysis.
I was being told, but I was hoping that you could clear some of this up for me.
I am clearing it up. I have your records here. All I can go is on what you provided here. My specialty, when I practiced in clinical psychology, my focus was on brain and central nervous system. So I'm very conversant about this. And there's nothing here that suggests that you were rendered to a point where you didn't know right or wrong.
I did horribly bad things, and I know that. You know, I'm not in denial of that, and I've tried to apologize to the kids, and I don't know everything I did.
Do you really try to apologize, or do you try to deflect and I don't remember?
A lot of it I don't remember.
And
why don't I remember a lot of this stuff? Why don't I remember a lot of this stuff? That's what I want to know.
You do remember leaving for a couple of months, right, and going to Washington?
Washington? When did I do that? Where did I go?
You tell me. You told one of your children that you were going to jail. You told the other 2 that you were having an operation.
I did go to jail for a while, but...
For what?
It was a driving citation.
Well, Noah says after they were locked out of the house that you moved away and didn't tell anyone where you were going.
You're talking about when I went to the shelter, or...?
She had to live out of a duffel bag. You moved, left no forwarding address, children behind, and she's having to live out of a duffel bag.
No, I had to go. I went to their school and told them. I mean, the school could even tell you. So, I mean, as far as you're talking about with that, I have no idea what we're talking about.
Well, they seem very clear that that there were times growing up that you just disappeared.
I probably did. I was a really bad drinker. So that's, yeah, I probably did.
And so you just went to a shelter?
I was in a homeless shelter for almost 9 months.
Okay, and where were your children?
They were with Dustin, and they went with their dad. So, I thought it was safer than the shelter because I'd heard a lot of bad things about it.
No, that did not happen. That's not what happened.
That's not what I was told.
Well, what do you mean what you were told? You were there. See, this is the reason we're here and not out there right now, because you're either going to be straight up honest with these kids, or you're just going to be slapping them in the face again. They want you to own what you have to own. I don't want you to agree to anything that isn't true, but they want you to own what you have to own.
Well, I want to own what I have to own.
Do you want them back in your life?
Yes, and I want to own what I have to own. And that's part of not just, rectifying myself with them, it's part of rectifying myself with God. I want to own everything I have to own, and I've been trying to do that for years. But the problem is that some of this stuff, I don't even know what you're talking about. That's the problem, Dr. Phil.
Okay, look, I'm going to give you another opportunity to tell the truth. We're going to have a bit of a face-off right after the break.
My mother made very bad choices with the men that she brought into our lives.
Sonia put us after any man that she was with at the time. For instance, locking herself in her bedroom with him and ignoring us.
Our mother was dating plenty of men, and I would say that her love life was like a revolving door, but that would imply that only one man was coming in at a time, and that's a lie.
Take a look at this picture. In this picture, you're like 18?
Yeah.
And you're 13, 14?
Yes.
Here?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me what your life is like at this point.
Here, even though we look as though it wasn't, it was hard. It was hard to be children and be encountering the things that we were encountering. I mean, the things that we had, we didn't have because of Sonia. We had them because Dustin went out of his way. And I don't know if you can tell, but in that picture of Dustin, he was in his work uniform.
Right.
He was always working to make sure that Chance and I had everything that we needed.
So what do you remember about your feelings during this time?
And I remember just like my day would start out with me getting up, getting Nova and Chance to school, and then I go to school full time, get off at like 5 o'clock, go to work one job, and then get out of that at 7, and then work until midnight, and then come home and do homework. At that time, I was angry. Very angry because I should have, I had Pell Grants and I had scholarships for my grades. I did very well in school, and I should have had a free ride through college, and I had to take out all the loans I possibly could to help pay the bills and get them